big up the Toxic Show. No bus up tour. All dirty girl. Them can't wash plates, can't cook, can't even. Don't even know how to spell crutches. Wait now.
Hey, Gordon. Bump what they want, give them what they need. That's toxic reality, baby. Being a happily married wife of 17 years, I can honestly say I adore and need my man. And more women of today's society need to be reassured it's okay and perfectly healthy to proclaim the same. So keep that content coming.
I saw your show, and it looks really, really interesting. I'm really excited to hear what you have to say. I don't really know everything about what the term toxic reality is. Are you going to talk about that in the show?
For Oh my gosh. So I didn't even have the microphone on. Y'all have to forgive me. Mercy. Anyway, all of that I said, now that the microphone and volume is in, it's talking about the IAM field, which is Identity and Access Management, roughly cybersecurity. Now, I want to give props out to Symone Beez, Symonebeez. She runs a podcast where they discuss encouraging young people to get into the technology fields, specifically cybersecurity, technology, IT fields primarily. It's still extremely lucrative, and it's an industry that'll triple within the next 10 years. So there's plenty of opportunity. You may ask, why are we covering this on the show? We're covering this topic on the show because it is a way for men and women, I shouldn't say men and women, traditional women, traditional men, to escape the rat race in the modern Western world and go to a country better suited to it. I don't see traditional women leaving America. Why would they? But for traditional men, these countries would welcome you. And in the description, you probably read that in many Latin American, South American countries, the average salary is $15,000 US a year. In some of these cybersecurity fields, even entry level is $45,000, $50,000. You can, with many of these positions, work remotely. So you could live, let's take, for example, the average salary in the United States is $50,000 a year. If you could go and get triple that, that would be $150,000 a year. You'd be living very well. Now, in some of these countries, you can go ahead and make triple what the income is there. So that's the equivalent. You'd be living very well in those countries. That being said, I want to get to Symone Beez, and she has a YouTube channel. I encourage you to, for the abbreviated version here on the Toxic Reality Show, go ahead and tune in and watch and see what we're doing and our version catered towards traditional men who want to escape the throes of the government as well as the modern women being against you. This is pretty much, in my idea, a 5-year plan that we will discuss at the end of the video. But again, you're going to hear the young man talk about, he has a Network Plus certification, which there's a course with CompTIA for $338. It's the entry level into cybersecurity. After that, he mentions CyberArk, CYBERARK, not ARCH, but ARK. And he has 3 credentials or certifications under CyberArk, and that is Trustee, Sentry, and Defender. Each of those, the exam is roughly $200 for each one. For the Network Plus, they said to estimate about 6 weeks to get the exam, or to be able to practice enough to take the exam. I think definitely, and this young man in this video is 17 years old, was 17 years old when he started. He is now 22. I'm going to go ahead and cut to the video, and let's find out from Symone Beez's channel. If you want the full 20-minute, you can see what he is doing. So here we go.
What's up? Good. Yeah, what's up? Nice to see you.
That's a Lamborghini crossover that he's driving, 22 years old. And it looks like Atlanta,
See you too. See you got the car clean and stuff.
Yes,
Good to
yeah,
see you.
had to get the car clean, but forget my car. We gotta talk about
Notice the
you,
watch.
what you're doing. So if people don't know, this is Cal Lawyer.
Yeah.
He has been in cybersecurity since the age of how old?
17.
17.
17 years old. Yeah.
Yes, he started cybersecurity at 17 years old, and now he is going car crazy, him and all his friends. I'm sure you've seen him on YouTube. If you haven't seen him yet, make sure you subscribe to his channel. But yeah, I mean, just give us a little bit of background about yourself and how you got into tech. Like, what made you want to get into tech at such a young age?
Oh, that's a good question. I got into tech because of my dad.
Key point right there. The influence a father has in a son's life. You hear so much these athletes, you want to thank my mom, my mom, my mom, my mom, my mom. It's interesting when you get into technology. This young man, his father is a techie and brought his son in at 17 to learn the trade, to live like he does. I mean, it's shocking to hear a boy give props to his dad.
Me and my dad had a company way back then where we would go into people's houses and help them fix printers, computers, get malware off of computers and different things like that. So I was doing that since I was probably like 12, 13.
Yeah.
So I was introduced into, tech from an early age from seeing him. He's always he used to work help desk job, and then he did that, and then got into privileged access management, cybersecurity. So I kind of got started through that way, and then
Okay, cool. So did you go to school or no?
No, so I went to 1 year of college. I went to university for 1 year, dropped out because I was like, there has to be a way to make money. I was like, okay, let me just figure out a way to make money. And then I kind of just went that way. Got certified, got my certifications, and went from there.
Bad. So which certifications did you get? Because I know everybody wants to know, like, hey, like, there's so many certifications that they don't know which path to take. Which ones you end up getting?
Yeah, so my first industry certification I got was Network Plus. And then I have 3 vendor certifications. So my certain vendor that I'm working with is CyberArk. So CyberArk, I have CyberArk Trustee, CyberArk Sentry, and CyberArk Defender. So I have 4 certifications, and I'm working on my Google Cloud certification right now.
Okay, dope. So you got a bunch of certs, and that like changed everything for you. So you said you've been in cybersecurity since the age of 17, but what type of money are you making in the field? Because if people don't know who you are, a lot of people think that you're a scammer because you got like a Urus, you also have a Hellcat, and you're only, what, 22? Yeah, so like what type of money are you making?
Yeah, so around when I first started at 17, I got a help desk job, so I'll just start at the beginning. I got a help desk job, and I was making like $50K a year.
Right.
Actually, I was at $45K. I became a supervisor in 3 months. They moved me up to like $52K a year. Then after that, I was able to get my first analyst position, and I was making $95 a year with bonuses and everything.
So understand that this young man, 3 months after starting in the field, now granted, he had a head start, right? He said he was helping and playing around with dad since he was 12. But he started the certifications at 17, dropped out of college, started with the certifications. All right? Then 3 months into his job, he got promoted to supervisor. Then he started getting the other set of certifications afterwards.
So I think it came out to like 110 a year. And then from there, I found out with identity access management, I could get multiple jobs.
Okay.
So now he's talking. No, so understand. Explain some things. He's talking about stacking. Stacking is not like he's saving money in his bank and just stacking loot. What he's saying is he has 2 to 4 full-time jobs. He's doing them all at the same time. Some of the people he works for know that he's doing this, some don't. As long as you are doing your job, there's articles even in Business Insider where it talked about a man who did $300,000-400,000 a year, paid off his mortgage, kids' college fund. What's happening is they're taking 2 to 3 jobs, and some jobs you may find you're only spending actually 4 or 5 hours a week doing the job itself, but they're receiving a full-time pay, and that's what he's doing. His first job, he ended up making up to $110,000. Then he decided to get into identity access management, At that point, when he got into the access management, so he had 110, think about it, multiplied times three equivalent jobs, he's pulling down 300. Let's go.
So I had that 110 a year job, and I got 2 more. One was at like 125, and the other one was at 140. So I had 3 jobs last year, plus you know, different stocks, things like that. So I was making like 35, 40K a month.
Wow.
From that, so that's how I'm able to afford all this.
Wow. So wait.
Talk about it publicly.
Wait. So you said you were making 35, 40K a month because you were stacking your different tech contracts.
Exactly. Stacking different tech contracts got me that.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So I want to prove people wrong that you're not a scammer. So later on in the video, we're going to pull up some pay stubs so people can see that. So it's no cap, right?
Yep.
So I guess people want to also know, like, how are you getting these jobs? How are you getting the multiple contracts? Like, how do they go about that?
Really, you just can't. So some companies, you can't let them know. Some companies don't care.
Yeah.
Some do. Really, I just keep my mouth shut and go search for jobs. And plus,
He said some know, some don't know. So he said, I just keep my mouth shut, right? So he's got 2 to 3 jobs. He's doing his work. Nobody's complaining.
I like to keep my resume updated. So I'm always getting hit from different recruiters on different job boards. All that.
This is true. If you have a LinkedIn profile and you keep updating your profile, recruiters are going to reach out to you. Hey, I've got a job. It's remote. You can even select, I only want to do remote work. They go ahead. They find out about what you're offering and you say you're available, and you say, yeah. And you pass whatever test that they give you, or you go through the interview process, and voila, you've got another job. It could be W-2. It could be contract, 1099. So it really varies. But the key to all of this is, even at 110, this young man could have gone Colombia bound, could have gone to Dominican Republic, could have gone to Thailand, Ukraine, could have Panama, Honduras, Ecuador, anywhere he wanted to. He could have left the United States. Now, he's probably too young to know what's going to happen if you decide to monitor his risks marrying a modern woman, pulling down 300 a year. That Lamborghini in the home goes bye-bye.
Time. So really, anytime I get hit from a recruiter, I just go in, apply, fill out the right to represent, and send it back. So that's how I was doing it last year. I really wasn't even applying for them; they just came to me. Okay. It was at one point last year where I had 4 jobs.
Wow.
But it got too hectic, too many meetings.
So understand, he had 4 jobs, probably paying him $100,000 each. He was doing $400,000 at 21 years old, no college degree. What's up, Drake and Paige, what's up? What I'm telling you is this. If you go ahead and start now, get the Network Plus certification, right? You go on Udemy, Udemy, take a course that's highly ranked. A lot of people have done it. It's Intro to Cybersecurity and Networking. You take 6 weeks, 2 months, 4 months, whatever. Just take the dang course. Then the exam is probably another $100, $200. And you even sign up where you pay $200 so that if you fail one, you get the other one at a discounted rate. Some of the companies offer that to you. But you do that and you start your track with the Network Plus. And then even if you start like he did at 50,000, you got enough to leave the country at 50. You're going to have to, some more complicated issues, so that they don't know that you're in another country. You get a VPN, and when that is a service you could pay $10 for every month. And it makes it look like you are in the continental United States when you are not. Employer doesn't know. All they see is you're in whatever city you said you were in, because the virtual private network is showing you as such. He could take off and leave the country. And can you imagine in a country like Colombia or Brazil, or many other South American countries where 15,000 US a year is average, but you pulling down triple, the equivalent of making 150 US in another country? And now this brother's with 4 jobs. Last year, he was like, too much. But now you know how he copped that Lamborghini, right? Let's continue.
I can handle that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Wow, so you had 4
22
jobs
years
last
old.
year,
Yeah.
and you basically just been job stacking like crazy.
Yeah.
And now, you know, basically you're sharing your story, you're letting people know kind of like, hey, you know, I got into cybersecurity at a very young age, and this is how I did it, and you could do the same thing. So, you know, what is some advice that you can give to people that want to get into tech like right now?
The best advice is, like I always tell anybody that I don't know, if they come up to me and they ask me about it, is really to go out there and get certified first, like how even you mentioned in your videos. Best way, and it's the easiest way, is to get certified first, kind of have a plan for yourself, try to meet up with the right recruiters. Also, I had a good network of recruiters back then too, so that's how I was able to get those 3 or 4 jobs as well. So it's really about who you know. I'm in different networking groups in cybersecurity. So using my network of different mentors and different cybersecurity professionals, I was able to find, you know, the right jobs, who's applying, big companies that are applying, all of that stuff.
So I want you to understand. Now we're gonna go in his crib.
What's up, Symone? How y'all doing?
Hey, what's
This
up?
looks like Atlanta.
Y'all come in. Y'all gotta come in. Y'all gotta come in. See the new penthouse. See the new penthouse.
Okay. Oh.
How you like it?
Oh, look at this. Dang. This nicer than my condo.
I know.
What's up, Drake and Paige?
I love this. I love this. So look. So when we were together the other day, you were telling me that you were about to move into this spot, and I had to come see it because I didn't want anybody to try and roast you like, oh, he lived with his parents or anything like that.
Yeah.
So we had to come here and see the new spot. So like, give us a little, you know, just a little tour real quick, just of your new place that you have here in Midtown.
Yeah, for sure. So this is obviously the living room, kitchen area, and then I got my cool ass game room. It's still unfinished. Like I said, we just moved in here, so it's still not, everything is not where it needs to be, but as you can see, it's still kind of smooth right now. We got Call of Duty up and shit like that, stuff like that.
So you streaming here? You working here?
Yeah, so I stream, record my TikTok videos in here, I work in here, everything. So this is like my nice little office that I have now.
Okay. So you got an office. So what is this, like a 3-bedroom? Or?
So this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Yeah. And I think it's like 1,400 square feet around there.
Yeah, I've seen about
so
that.
That's pretty cool.
This is
Look
lit.
at that.
This is
The
lit.
king and queen.
So you got all of this off of your tech income. So you're an IAM engineer, which is identity access management if you weren't paying attention, right?
Exactly.
So, you know, we here at the crib, everybody keeps saying that since Cal has a Urus and a jailbreak Hellcat, that there's no way that you're living in places like this. By the way, how much does this place cost? Like, as you can see, there's floor-to-ceiling windows everywhere in here. He says 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,400 square feet. Like, how much are you paying a month for this place?
So the base rent is $44.84 a month. But after everything, I think I'm paying like $4,800 a month. That's with Wi-Fi, everything, light bill, everything, gas, whatever.
Yeah. So you paying that, you got the Urus, you also have your Hellcat as well. So it's like, you know, people, they keep saying, if you've seen him on social media before, everybody in the comments like, there's no way he's working in tech. He got to be scamming. He got to be doing something else. So like, you know, what can you show us or show the people that you have to like prove that you actually are working in tech and working as an IAM engineer?
I think the biggest way to shut people up is to either show them a bank statement or pay stub. So that's usually what I typically do. People don't trust a bank statement, so I show them a pay stub.
Oh, okay.
So here is, as y'all can see, so at this particular contract, one of my most recent ones, I was making $52.80 an hour. Here's my pay, and as you can see, the federal. Then this was my net pay after taxes every other week. There y'all go. It is ADP, as y'all can see on here. ADP mobile app. Let's go right here so y'all don't think we cap. ADP mobile app. Good afternoon, Kyle. And then you can see pay. And then so this is all the pay right here, as y'all can see.
All right, so peep this. So what we do know, that shows 33. That's about 6,000 a month. You know, even if you do the rough math, he's doing 75, 80,000 on that one job, right? Then he's got 2 or 3 other ones making 100 plus. So he's clearing 300 a year. What I'm telling you is this. And let's go over again. Shout out to Sonny Beez, or Symone Beez, Symone Beez YouTube channel. IAM is basically identity and access management. It's cybersecurity. All you're doing is granting users and groups access or denying access. That's the job, roughly. It's being a security guard on the internet, where you're granting credentials and access to people, groups, to certain individual things, or access to an app, and it's a security guard, right? If so-and-so football team, a group shows up, let them in the stadium. If one person shows up, they can go in the stadium, but only in the seats. That's the real, fully broken down, bringing it down to you at a level where most people can understand those access credentials. So let's talk a little bit about what this brother is driving, right? Right. So let's talk about that. This is what he's got. Let's look at this Hellcat. And I pulled up the Demon one, right? That car today, I searched. It's a 96, just call it $100,000. Suggested retail, is $100,000, right? The Lambro, he got the Urus. It says it starts at $237. If you look just above at Car Gurus, they got joints up there for over $300, right? They got a used one with 98 miles on it, a 2023, for almost $400,000 in Philly. This young man is getting it. But again, shout out to Symone Beez. This is her YouTube channel. If you want to watch the full video, she's known as Beez, apparently. She's a cool tech nerd. But again, a lot of her stuff, her videos are about technology and, living in that space. So, what I want to get to with you is, if you are trying to escape this rat race in the modern world, in the Western world, and specifically, I'm speaking of America, where the child and marriage laws are not in your favor as a man. Because the prenups don't help you either. You got multimillionaires with multi-million-dollar attorneys, and they still getting it. Tyrese, that woman hired 3 lawyers to try and break the prenup. And she will. She will. Or he's going to have to settle for a lower amount and just pay her off to stop. And that's generally, she may not be able to break it, but after he starts looking at his legal fees, he's going to have to say, do I want to break off $1 million in legal fees, or can I just give her $500,000 to stop? At that point, it's cheaper to do the $500,000 to stop. I don't know particularly what his numbers are, but what I'm trying to tell you is continental United States, Canada, modern world is not favorable to men, at least with cybersecurity. Again, there was a course from CompTIA for $340. Take your time, pass it by summer. See if I don't care what you do for a living, because if you work with your hands, you cannot duplicate yourself. This young man has figured out how to duplicate himself with multiple jobs. And by doing so, he's able to knock down $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. How do I know this works? My baby mama's doing the same thing. She's showing $65,000 a year in income. I found out with my attorneys that she's clearing over $200,000, and they got me paying child support based on her making $65,000 because the court don't know. All the other income is $1099. She got one job showing W-2. It can be done. So, we just got to learn to play the game, gentlemen. Here in Baltimore, I met a lady who gave me to drop some dime on me and was just like, hey, I got 4 jobs, a government job, a university job. She works for another public service company. All of these jobs remote as an executive assistant. Each one of them pay at least $50,000. She said one of her jobs, she only works 3.5 hours a week. She does the executive director's schedule on his Google Calendar. She spends 4 hours, gets full-time compensation and benefits, remote. She got 4 jobs. That's one of them. So I'm telling you, brothers, you could do the same thing and we could escape this, because that's my plan. Right? My plan is to be out when the day my son says that he's going to college and at high school graduation, I'm already going to have my crib in another country. I'm going to set it up. Right? And that's what you should do too. So I want the best for you, brothers, for you to have the same opportunity to enjoy happiness. And the way you do that is you have to multiply yourself. You have to get remote work. You have to train yourself. I don't care whether you're a plumber, carpenter, bricklayer, you work as a security guard, food service. You need inspiration, put a picture of your kid on one side of the computer. You put another picture of your ideal dream wife in Africa, Latin America, Thailand, wherever the country is. You got a picture of what that girl is, and you got a picture of your son, your daughter, if you have one, or children. And you let that be your inspiration. You are not stupid. You can do this. And you practice. You take that class online. You take a bunch of practice exams. What you do is you take the course, might be 8 hours, 10 hours, 20 hours. Then you do the course again, but you take notes this time. And then you order exams. I've done this. You order exams, like 8 practice exams, and you keep taking them exams till you get 95 every time. Then you're ready to take the real exam. You go take the real exam, you pass. You pass. And then you update your resume and you start looking for work. And you change your profession. And you become a cybersecurity professional. And you do that for 1 year. To get your credentials up to say, I've been in this thing for a year. Then you find that after that, you got your LinkedIn resume going, recruiters are calling you. The demand is high. And you're a seasoned professional, you got experience. And then you start applying for more jobs, and then they come into you. And then all of a sudden, you got 2 little jobs paying you $50 a year, and you knocking it out easy, 20 hours a week. Right? Now you're making $100 grand, brother, and you're in the United States. And if you don't have kids, you could be out. You could take off and go to any one of them countries for a month at a time. Why rent an apartment for $4,400 when I could be in another country sipping pina coladas and having a whole bunch of women that I don't even speak the same language? They're catering to me, loving me because I provide food, shelter, clothing. And they've learned since they were little girls how to be respectful and be traditional, and how to cater to a man. There's your blueprint. All right. So like I said, this brother's pushing a $240,000 Lamborghini apartment at $4,800 a month. The Hellcat, he hasn't invested any of it yet, but guess what? He's 22. He's young, man. With that kind of money coming in, Lord, let me tell you. But at least he's smart. He said he's going to buy some investments. Some alternate streams of income. He's going to let his money work hard for him while he sleeps, as you should too. But the key aspect in all of this is it all came from his dad. His father was there to teach him. And I promise you, my 8-year-old is going to get that Network Plus certification. He going to get it. He's going to get it. Before he turned 10 years old, best believe he gonna get it. And that's where it starts. And heck, he could pay for his own college. Dad, you paying? Nah, man. You making $200 a year in high school? Nah. You pay for your own college, bro. We might go drag racing in our own Lamborghinis. But yo, you souped up yours? I souped up mine. I see you on the track, or I'll see you on the lake. Let's get it. So anyway, love for you, brothers. Tune in next week or this week. I might talk about the Joe Smith debacle. But we're going to get into something because the modern woman does not cease to impress in their delusion. With that, we out.